Welcome to this instructional videotape on the practice of the Wing Chun double sticky hands. This instruction is presented by Sifu EddieChong. Sifu Chong has been teaching the Wing Chun style since the early 1970s. He has owned schools in San Francisco, Berkeley, and Sacramento, California, as well as Salt Lake City, Utah. Several of his senior students continue this fine tradition and are teaching around the country. Wing Chun has gained increasing public exposure since the early 70s, and the practice of ChiSau, or sticky hands, has fascinated martial artists around the world. Sticky hands is not free fighting or sparring per se, as no actual confrontational situation would ever begin with two combatants resting their arms on each other. But sticky hands trains the practitioners in how to respond in defense and attack once hand and arm contact is made. Sticky hands helps practitioners to develop strength and also develop contact sensitivity. Another benefit to sticky hands practice is the reduction in reaction time of the practitioner. Since opponents are already in physical contact with each other, there is little to no time between an attack or feint to the corresponding reaction. After much sticky hands practice, the practitioner will gain increased sensitivity to sight and touch cues of an opponent's movements. This tape is done in a class or seminar style and places the viewer right in the instructional setting. We hope as you watch this tape, you will feel a part of Sifu Chong's class.
Okay, to begin with the double sticky hands, you have to, first of all, you got to know what you are doing. Then you have got to do is to learn to do the ChiSau, and your elbow tuck it in. Do not lean, do not put your hand against your body. Got to do one fist length away from your body. Another thing is about your stance. You've got to drop the stand down, lean back a little bit. And here how we start. This is how the double sticky hand ChiSau is. That's the way it is. And you got to know what you're doing too. You got to guide the opponent into you. Some people like to do this way. It's a bad. That's this proper way to do. Make sure the both arm is away from the body, but one fist length away. Okay, the next step is to learn how to change hands. ChiSau. next step is to learn how to go to inside. Both hands inside. Now we're going to do is the two hands on the outside. Roll your hand back, come back, roll your hand down and come back. Keep on going. Same as the other side. Make sure the futsal is forward towards the opponent. Now I'm going back to the four corners of the double sticky hand. See the hands start changing? Inside. Both hands are inside. From here, we change the hand, roll to the top, and the other one roll to the top. Now we roll back to normal. The other hand start to change to the inside, double sticky hand. Now I'm going to change it back again. The other hand start changing to the outside hand. To learn the double sticky hand, we are going to learn is how to trap the opponent's hand. First of all, we have to do is to make sure your both arms are tucked in. If your arms are not tucked in, you can be struck easily like that because of your elbow wasn't in. Right, now his elbows is in, so it's hard for me to hit the opponent. We'll try again. Okay, make sure his elbows is in. See, I'm going to hit him. Okay. Once I felt his elbow is up, I can strike him easily. Next step is to change both left and the right are the same except a different position. Okay, the next move is to strike the opponent the right to the solar flag. There are so many different ways of trapping the opponent's hand, such as this one here. Here's another trap. Next, trapping to the throats. Next, learn to trap on the outside hand. Next move is to strike the opponent to the neck. Drop this hand down on the bottom tansa and strike. Okay. You repeat again. Turn to outside and strike. Next, when doing the double sticky hand, try not to overcross your hand to the other side of your hand. Such as this one here. When overcross, bang. Or you can strike the opponent to the neck if you want. Here we go again. Trap and here, bang. Or here. Center solo play. Before you learn to do the double stick hand, you can do a lot of things too, like changing hand and do the ChiSau. From here, change and zap. Or says if the opponent do the double stick hand, when he move forward, do the ChiSau here. Okay, the next move is if the opponent, while doing the double sticky hand, if they move forward, we respond. Okay, the next move, if the opponent try to use the elbow striking this way. Okay, the next move, if the opponent tries to respond using the same elbow strike, this is how we block the opponent. Okay, I'm going to show you one more time how to use the elbow strike. Okay, next, he tried to do the same thing like I did. If you want to slip your hand into the opponent's back and strike, this is how you do it. One more time. Slip your hand, your right hand into him and pull him in to strike. Okay, next we are going to show you how to do the double sticky hand and do the sparring too at the same time. Okay, by doing this, you can also learn the sensitive too. If the opponent trying to strike you, any direction you want, you can respond from there. The most important thing on the double stick hand also is the opponent. Where the weak point is the elbow. If they come into here, strike into, is where we do here, here. Or strike into that.
The practitioner does not try to memorize tens or hundreds of techniques. No, the practitioner learns some movements, but the key is to develop touch and movement sensitivity, and also to learn response to an opponent's movements through touch and motion sensitivity. In the next segment, we will watch as EddieChong tutors two students as they practice double sticky hands.
Try and roll back in. Right. When you do the double sticky hands, you try and give yourself one fist length away from the body. You know. And where I talk about a second, okay. Now, let me have, okay. Now, the most important thing on the double sticky hand, you know, some people like to do this one like that. You know, because why? When you start doing this, you are resting yourself on your belly. See. When you start rolling, see, you're resting too. You see, that's not very good. You gotta go out a little bit. So when you start rolling, okay, this way, and roll towards you. And I think, see, trying to correct the opponent's hand here, this is very important, elbow, and towards closer finger, thumb in. Same thing this side, right there, okay. Give me a little more weight in it, so it's growing, see here, like that, elbow. If I felt the opponent don't have the elbow in, I can go in to strike the opponent here, okay? Or if the elbow is not in, you can go in toward that side, okay? And if you're gonna roll, okay, changing hand, see, only one guy can change. If two guys start changing, it's no good. You follow the opponent. Same thing this side. This way, thumb in. That's very important on a double sticky hand here. Okay. Trapping hand. See, you can trap this way, strike it. Or you can trap the other side too. Here. See, don't go here. Too close to your body, they can turn around, they can strike you. This way, out more, block it. If they come back, push it out to here, go. See? Alright. Then they have to do is to bounce up, grab this hand down, and up stop. See that? Lock it. So, in a Wing Chun, on the bottom hand is very important. See? A lot of times, you know, people, they try to do this, try to distract attention, but they forgot the one on the bottom. Hand that can be seen is not danger. The hand that cannot see is the one always gets you in trouble, always get hit. Okay? That's why the moment you felt this one here, grab this hand down, like that. Then strike it. Strike. See? Or bounce out. But this one here, when you start doing the laps out, you grab them back here. You strike here into that. Some people like to do this one like that. What happened? You expose yourself. See? But this one here, you roll knock his hand down and strike it. Of course, he can intercept your hand. It's true. See, the moment you see that, when his hands comes up, you can pull his hand down, you can jerk his hand down into that, and strike the opponent here. Okay. If when you pull the opponent hand down, drop your stand down, 1 foot forward. See that? This hand don't stay too close to your body. Gotta push his hand out a little bit. You saw us here. Okay. When he starts strike, see from here, this hand go fine. See, but this is very, very bad position. Wusaos here. Okay. Never put a wusaos like that. What happened? Our opponent can really knock you down here, but this way, they had a hard time knocking your hand because of this spot here. Wusao. Okay. They can grab the hand or do anything you want to go right hand to. See the moment, see that? This one go. You trap the opponent's hand. This one can strike. But don't lift your hand and strike, because like I said, when you strike the opponent, this part strike it at the same time. Okay. So you try and do a couple of rolls. See what happens. Go ahead and do it. Okay. The leg, tuck it in a little more. This one, drop the stand a little bit. Don't go too far. Push it. That's it. That's the one. Here. Drop it a bit. Drop it a bit. Okay. Head up. Most important thing is head up. Okay. When you do the futsal, don't go like that. Make sure you go a little further up more. Yeah. Hang on to his hand. Yeah, futsal, got to be on his hand. Right, got it. Good. That's the other side of the double stick hand, right? Good. Tuck your thumb into the eye. Make sure the thumb is tucked in. Yeah, that's it. When you change hand, don't open your gap too wide. Close your gap a little more. Because if you open your gap too wide, they can really strike you into. See, just
so
like
try to keep the arms
close. You see, when you do this one, okay? When you do the double stick hand roll, this way, okay? Now you change it like that. This way you do it, okay? See that the gap is closed more. Okay? He can change, it's fine, let him change. The moment I felt here, so go. Okay. This one go. Right. Back to normal. Okay. This one go here. Elbow. Here. Right. Okay. Don't go like that. Make sure this hand focuses out towards the opponent. This is correct. But then like I said, see, you're resting on the belly. Now, this one go up a little more. Okay. Don't go this way. You're opening it, your gap. See that? Elbow, tuck it in as much as possible. If you can, try and do that. Okay, roll this one. Okay. But don't lean too far back. Make sure this stance drop down a little bit. Okay. Head up. And you do this way. If he want to change, let him change the hand. Boom. See. Go. Change. Last minute twist. Don't go like that. Sloppy. That's not good. Twist last minute. Boom. Here. Bomb. Time. Bomb here. Time's up. On the other side of my hand, focus all the time. See? Focus out. See? This one will never go. See? Don't go towards like that. Towards him. Those two arms. Some people, I saw some people when they do the double stick hand, one arm is longer, the other arm is shorter. When they do this one, they move back and forth, which is very, very bad. What you're trying to do is leverage yourself. Make sure it's even. That's the way to do it. See, if I'm going to do this one like that, what happened? You got a chance to strike me. When I do the futsal towards him, see, both arms are the same. See, this way, that's the right way of doing it.
So your center line stays toward
Center line stay. This is my center line. Tons of my center line, but never push the opponent's hands like that. See, when they do on the double stick hand, that's why. See that? If I felt his hand is pushing outside, I just move myself into him. Okay, this way. Okay. Same thing on this side. If I felt this one go, see that? He's coming in. Now when he's coming in again, try again. If I push my hand, see, if I do this one, okay, he gets strike me. Now when I do the wusao here, this one go dominate into that, press it, boom, into that. See, last minute, but don't use your whole body strike it. Just last minute, boom, into the last minute go. Okay, the same thing we come here. He from here, he moving into here. This way is relevant, but this is the right way to see you. Because his strength or his power is here. Okay, you hit them, keep. Okay, try.
When you move his arms out when he's trapped back like that, do you put any twist in your body?
Little bit. You see, if he's going to branch move forward, okay? See, if I'm doing this one like that, I don't have no power. Now, if I'm going to do this one towards him, see, that's minute. See, if you had that kind of excess power, you can do that. But don't go like that. Yeah. See, from here last minute, boom, into it. Last minute go. Okay? When you strike someone, don't go, don't jerk it, go. See, last minute go. Don't overextend yourself out completely. See, you're hurting yourself here. See, from here, last minute go here. That's all. See that? I still have.
So you're not locked?
Yeah, I'm not locking. That's all I do. I don't jerk it. The more you jerk, you hurt yourself because what? Your power doesn't flow to the opponent. All you do, strike it last minute, poof, into that. You can feel that. See? Okay?
So you don't like suck it back. You just,
right.
It
That's
goes
just
out.
go strike it out there. Okay? You try it. Right.
But you can change both hands at the same time, right?
You
Not
can
just-
change one at a time, yeah, right? Then.
Or you can change both at a time.
Both at the same time. One guy got to do the change. You just follow according to the opponent. You can experiment yourself. If he want to do change, you want to change both hands at the same time. How do you like it? You can see for yourself. Try and see.
I feel more open.
Right, exactly. Yeah, right. When you do, like I said, when you want to change your hand, make sure one hand's covered the other hand, then you change it. The moment both arms start opening, your gap, you leave your gap quite wide open. You want to cover yourself as much as possible. This is our center line, is in here. This is our center line. You don't want to open your center line. That's it. Anytime when you strike the guy, don't palms up. This one goes low. Don't go too much sideways.
Okay.
That's good. When you do the double stick hand, don't look down too much on the opponent's hand. Go by the feeling. Right? You can feel it. Bounce up, twist, last minute. Right. Good. Sometimes when you guys do the double stick hand, when you get tired, automatically your hand starts land. You lean against your own belly. Sometimes you feel like real sloppy, but try to maintain
To push them
your
out.
position right. The another thing is don't tense your shoulder too much. You got to release your shoulder. Let your energy flow through. Yeah, relax the shoulder. That's it. Relax. The more you relax, the better. Right? So relax quite a bit. Yeah. That's good. See? Just like a kid. Now, if you want to do this one, like, go into the, see? Then this one go. But don't go too much
just let
like
it
that.
stop.
Yeah. See, you stop too much down. See, from here you strike, go. go if you want here, but don't go jerk it. Go into that, yeah. Don't turn. You can do this way, it's good. See, this way you can do that too, but don't just hang your hand up like that in the air. Go into that more, but don't overextend, don't lock itself. Okay, try. That's not done that because you're turning yourself when you do this one that's very bad. What happens is that you are, see that he can strike you. Don't turn your body too much. This way be better. Oh, see.
Just extend it out.
He want to strike it, let him strike it. See, these hands go towards him. See, from here, Wu Sao's right there. But don't pass the center line. This is my center line in here. The moment he push, let him push. This hands goes up and boom into that. Okay. Boom.
Just Pak Sau.
Yeah, Pak Sau, right. See, from here, or roll it. This one down here. Towards his center solar flex there. Okay. Never open yourself wide. So close, everything is in here, the gap is here. My center line, straight center. Okay. Never punch a person like that. You overextend here, see? You break it. So we always had this one. No matter how strong the guy is, they try to break it. See? This way. Okay. The moment I felt he's trying to do this and break it, move into him. Okay. But don't lift your hand. He will strike your bottom hand. The most important thing comes out. Press his hand down. Comes out. This one go. Okay. See that? Strike. You can really strike that one too. Don't leave your hand wide open trying to strike the guy.
Because then he can just come right out.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Because wear this hand. Like I said in the first place, the hand can be seen. It's not that dangerous. The hand that cannot be seen is the one that always gets you into. Always be careful with this one. If I were to do this one like that, see, I press this opponent's hand down, comes out.
What if he Pak Sau's it?
Pak Sau is fine. I want him to do that. See, when he pop, move into him. This one down into him. Keep Lan Sau from Tan Sau into Lan Sau here. See, hit Lan Sau towards here. But don't put your hand too close, because if you're trying to move your hand like that, he can really grab this hand down. See that? I'm in trouble. Alright, from here when he drop it down, grab it, let him go. See, these ones go straight up. Because why? He left his gap wide open again. If he would tuck his elbow in by grabbing my hand, see, I don't have a chance if he's tucked. See that? I can cut myself.
But when this comes up like this,
anytime, see, because see that the gap is there. Now if I would see that, this one locked.
like locks it in.
If I felt this one being grabbed, I just move my hand up, just into him. But never hit the guy like that. Grab. Trying to grab our opponent with this 3 finger, jerk him down. Never pull opponent towards you. Slightly down. Don't lock yourself in like that. That's very bad. From here, down here, that's all. See, you can pull. From here, down here, you can strike them. Okay? Don't go like that. It's too far. See what? Nothing. See,
He can spin out from
exactly. He can turn around. See, the moment if you press the opponent's hand down, the moment he turn around, let him go. See that? You follow, but never push your hand too far out like that.
Because then you're
just follow. Exactly like that. See that? This one go. Okay. Your elbow down. Another thing, see, if the guy is slapped like that, never catch the opponent's hand this way. What happened? He would jerk his hand down. Boom! See, I'm in trouble. This way, he just park his hand outside. If he trying to jerk, let him jerk. See that? He don't. See, all you do is just slightly push it sideways. But never grab our opponent's hand. The moment you grab his hand, you are in trouble. All he does is jerk his hand down, slightly jerk. You lost the whole balance into him. More like I said, you set yourself up, he just jerk him to you, and you get in trouble, get hit. Okay, this way, pop lock.
And if he tries to grab you from here?
Even though if he grab, let him grab, see, let him go. See, this hand's free. Okay? Try. Right, that's it. Now this is very bad. That's it. This is by Wu Sao. Because you are doing the Wu Sao on the other hand, there's a center line that's in here. Wu Sao. Okay? Now follow up, see what happens. Right. Try again.
Yeah, roll.
Right, roll. Now, okay, safe one, alright. Now watch. When you put this one go like that, okay, if I press it, it's fine, turn, the same thing you do, okay, now, do the follow up, see, right, see, before this hand comes up, okay, from here, like that, see, the moment you trying to strike, this one go towards outside, you just sweep him over, just push this hand towards outside, over there, see. Because his weight is here. Okay? All you do from here, if I felt, just go from here, see. If this elbow is too high, you just break it. Pump into that. Boom, excuse me. Here. See? Here, you break his elbow. Bounce up, see? Then you can strike the right arm too. Fine. He feel, this one go up there. See? The gap, about right elbow. If I felt he's locking in, we stop in here. Towards our opponent, that's all. See? His hands come into, watch it, fine. This one go into that, see? Right? So, see? He trying to grab, let him grab, here, go. See? Because like I said, the hand cannot be seen. It's the one that always gets you in trouble. We saw always there. Okay? Right. That's it. Good. Right. Go ahead. Follow. Yeah. See. That's it. Good. That's it. Right. Head up. That's it. Right. See that? You expose yourself. See, when this hand's coming in, one, you get hit. Dive bomb. Same thing. Like so you throw the cow. Okay, because one moment you feel the hands in there, don't drop down or raise up. Just turn yourself a little bit, turn your foot a little bit to outside. Go. Don't look down on the opponent. Right, always look up where his hand. Look up. Right. When you grab our opponent's hand, don't grab like that. It's very, very bad. Grab with 3 fingers, like I said in the first place, you grab our opponent's here. Okay. Same thing at this side. When you grab his hand, okay, never drop your thumb underneath. Because why? He's working on you, you're gonna hurt yourself. If you put your thumb on the top, okay, when he's trying to jerk his hand out, go, fire, you just go to the right. See, instead of from here, when he jerk it down, see, you just go with it. Because one, you will let go of his hand. This way, I always like to do is grab the opponent with my 3 fingers. These are the top 3. These are the 3. 1, 2, 3 here. These 3. You grab this one sideways. See, this one. Don't pull the opponent towards you. Pull him sideways. When you start pulling the opponent sideways, what happened? Do bounce up. See? See that? You cannot go that way because what? See, from here when you start pushing, this one go, he will do bounce up. See, and this one go. Don't go too high. If I felt his arm is too high, you break it because this part here, you do here. Okay? Right?
So keep it down lower.
Keep it down low, right? Don't overdo it. A lot of people do. But somehow, if the guy's 6 feet tall, he can't help it because of that. But this way. See? Then, if I felt I can get in there, this way, I'm walking towards the opponent here. Focus down here. Okay. But don't press them down because when you release them, this way, focus up.
And keep the elbow in.
Yeah, a little bit, put a little pressure there. All your weight from here transfer to here, then all the way down here. But don't go like that. Don't. Sometimes the opponent lift your arms up. Don't have to clinch onto him. If he's lifting his arm to you, you just press it towards him. That's all. But don't lock yourself in like that. See, elbow in here. Just push it towards him. Here we go. And if he trying to push your hand, like I said, outside, let him go. Okay? See, this hand's coming in. See? Release it. See, that is so good. See that? You block it in the meantime. Open the key. Slide in. But don't take your hands off. From here, like that. Don't jump. See that? You get in trouble. From here, lock your hands in. Then you can do that. If you want to do that, make sure his hands down. Then he's straight. But don't hit too hard. This one will be better. Center circle. All he does is he do tight ball towards you. See? From here, now double punch. From here, towards you. Then he will turn the other side. Here. Okay. Like I said in the first place, double sticky hand, there's so many different ways that you can really walk yourself into it. Not necessarily, yeah, this man teach me this. This is it. No. This man said that. Well, you still can, they can respond to you. See? There's some, when you do it, especially on the double sticky hand, okay, you learn sensitive on the double sticky hand. Don't put your hand dropping into your elbow, resting. It's very, very bad. Move it towards the opponent. See, 1 fist length away from your body. See, just 1 fist length from here. That's how I do. See, and don't lift the guy up like that. That's very, very bad. Towards him here.
So extend.
Extend, right? Just like 1 fist length away from the body. That's a good move to do. See, okay. Now, if the guy's trying to move towards you, you just pull. See, towards him. Distance. If I try to hit the guy, all of a sudden see he move his hand into, see, block it, hit and go towards him, and slide up. He turns up towards him. Okay, this is what we do. Okay, all of a sudden if the guy trying to advance, come into that and go into here and here. Okay, or here if you want to. Okay. Make sure the thumb is in all the time. Right.
You don't want to get caught on anything.
Right. Relax the shoulder. Don't raise it. Drop the shoulder down as much as possible. Right. That's it. Right. Good. When you gotta do the double sticky hand, the beginner feel real hard because why? The both shoulders is burning them. You're not used to it. Both shoulders burn real, burn a lot. Right. Okay. Sometimes when you gotta do the double sticky hand, okay. If I'm not too sure of his hand, I won't just go into that. You get yourself in trouble. See, from here, I want to make sure that I move in. Okay?
Okay.
If I'm not too sure, just don't go like that. Slap the guys off. Boom. You see, no point of throw your punch. See? All he does is he will intercept your hand. See, from here, you go. Then what are you going to do? Go back again. See? When the guy slap your hand from here, see, you circle your hand towards the center line. You walk the center line into. Okay. If he presses his hand down, don't let the guy press your hand down completely. Let him do. From here, don't just circle that up trying to hit. No.
Because then you could just launch right.
Right. Because you can't afford it. If he trying to pull your hand down, let him go. Boom, just move into him because this hand you are moving towards our opponent. Just like a slap and a punch at the same time. Go. See? Don't overextend. Okay. right, that's it. Right ball, solid left ball. Twist, last minute twist. Right. That's it. You got it. Okay. It's not bad. Turn and trap. That's it. Trap the opponent's hand. Right. Right. Trap his hand. See how much you know about trapping hand. See the yoga habit towards you. That's it. Right. Don't try to force yourself, push it into. Don't try to use your whole body. When a guy doing this one, like, don't go this way.
Okay.
And don't try to do forcing. See, when you try to force it, say, okay, all of a sudden, he let you go in the meantime, he's just swing his hand up. You get yourself in trouble. Because why? And nothing you force, see that? It's strong. Okay. I want to always make sure this hand is down, then I can do.
Okay.
Okay, don't force yourself into it, he will strike you. Okay, just down if you want to be safe. Alright?
So instead of in that position,
Yeah.
instead of just pushing it through.
Right, that's it. Yeah. Don't open like that.
Don't
no,
open it
we
up.
just don't have that one like that. Yeah. Right. Good. Elbow in. Right. Jump. That's it. You see, once your hand is outside like that, make sure this hand jump in, jump. See, just like cutting his hand into, in, here. Don't go just like that, you know.
Okay.
Okay, hands there, push down. Automatically he starts circling into. Now, see. Okay. See, hands is in there, you just push it. The moment, see. Okay. Try me. Right. Now if you feel that he's using a double punch towards you, elbow down, sink it down. Don't go like that, down. See, you're doing this one like that in the first place, okay? When you start using the, see, jump. See, this both hands jump, but don't press with the two shoulders, you know, just tap. See, from here you're doing, okay, go back in. From here, see, you're doing double. Fine, on both arms on the outside. If you feel down, see, just drop your both arms down. See that?
Would you want to strike or step in from that one?
Why you can strike, see that? You want, you can strike. See, got this one like that, okay? All of a sudden, punch, boom, down, strike it, see? But never separate now. Don't ever separate this one. Let the opponent take a move first because they can't afford to wait too long when they start. When you punch them, okay? The moment they make a move, see, go. See that? Anytime that they make a move, you just follow. See, from here, okay? Or see better here, okay? Here. When they make a move, see that? You just go. See, I'm still towards my center line, towards him. He intercept that way. But don't go too high this way. You can't afford to go your hand too high. This one like that. Okay?
Okay. In other words, you don't want to lose contact.
Right, don't lose the contact. That's the other way, just double sticky hand. That's why they say, why you want to call it double sticky hand? Because you want to stick to his hand.
touch when they're crossing, or?
It shouldn't be touching that much, you know.
Close together.
Yeah, you gotta really tuck your elbow in as much as possible, let me tell you. See, when you do the double stick hand, the most important thing is here. Don't overcross. If you overcross, what happens? They really wipe it down. See, that's this way. So you just see that. So this way. Don't go over the side. Still, you can come over here and wipe it down. See, so this is a very important thing is to go towards outside. Don't just collapse your elbow to your belly. Don't try to depend the double stick hand. You like resting on the belly. You gotta do is push it forward, and I think the thumb is in. Some of them I see some people doing this one like that, this one like that, and this level, but towards him. See, this way. This is the way you do. Last minute twist back. See, and elbow here, but don't go over too much, and don't clench your elbow too much like that. Another thing is you got to watch your shoulder. It's very, very important. You got to do is to relax yourself here. This one like that. See, don't go that side.
Don't cross.
Towards. This is center line.
Both of them in the center line.
Both of them in the center line. See, here, tight, in the center line here. Don't go over that side. Sometimes when you do the double stick and you feel like you're tired, and then you slack off. And you start do the sloppy, then you start resting your elbow in the belly. That's not very good. Try to maintain yourself. If you think you're tired, switch it over. Yeah, see, that's it. Here. See that? Elbow. It's very important. Don't go like that towards him. Here too. Bounce up. Don't go too high. Yourself. Go according to your own height, your shoulder height. See, so towards him.
So your hands shouldn't go above your shoulders.
Another thing is when you do the double stick hand, okay, especially the beginner, you got to guide that in here, elbow here. Then this part got to go is here towards him. It's very, very important. Elbow in here. And ChiSau is here. Not sometimes I see people doing like that. ChiSau is always towards him. If your elbow is in, see, then ChiSau is there. They feel real, opponent feel real, what do you call that, real heavy, because you tuck your elbow in here. See? If your elbow is out, you don't have to worry too much because you feel comfortable. Because another you can really grab that here. See? But once the elbow is in, see, if his elbow is in, if I try to pull him because I couldn't, on ChiSau, bring my hand down. See, I'm going down. This part here, control the opponent. It's very, very important. Elbow here. Towards him. This part here. Okay, same thing on this side. Don't go like that. Towards him. Towards him. At least, like I said, 1 fist length away from your body. Okay. Elbow.
And your hand should be relaxed.
Should be relaxed. The more you relax, the better you go. Don't just go like that. Keep on doing this one. Some people do this one because their whole body movement. We don't like to do that. What we like to do is relax yourself as much as possible. See, last minute twist this way. Okay, don't pull the opponent's hands out. See, if you pull the opponent's hand out, you feel yourself real awkward here. Plus secondary, real sore. You get tired really easily. Just never pull the opponent. Some people like to do this one like high. See, because another thing is if the opponent is 6 feet tall, you're not going to raise your arm that high to compensate for him. You do according to your own height. No matter how tall the guy is, you just drop to your own stand, do according to your own size. Don't go this way towards him. Our double stick hand just like a snake's hand, you see, towards. You never see the snake's turning his head toward the other side. Of the opponent, always facing the opponent all the time. The snake, that's the way the snake is. See, double sticky hand looks like just like a snake. See that? Okay. Another thing, see, this part here, keep some, drop the stand down. Some people do this one like that. I've seen most of the Wing Chun people, I should say, as about a lot of people, they got hunchback because they, first of all, the instructor didn't pay attention to what they were doing. The most important thing is the chest up. Sometimes they got carried away like that because this one like that. I've seen a lot of people, they got a hunchback Wing Chun on a double stick hand. A lot of people had hunchback. So the best thing you do, you're not necessary to tense yourself that, just relax yourself and do, you feel real good. Relax. Okay? See that? Okay, you try. You guys can do the trapping and how you're going to trap the opponent. When you do that, always watch your thumb. Keep the thumb in. Keep the thumb in all the time, regardless. Close the finger. Don't open the finger too much, right? Don't put up too much tensor, too much. Tensor is not that good. If I want to do the rolling towards him, I'll do this one to him. But don't go tensor. Tensor, what he can do is turn you to outside. But if I'm going to do this one to him here, if he turns to pull, see that? My elbow, see, ChiSau is in regardless, see that? He got hard time pulling me away from his position, see that? My elbow. I'm not clinching in. I just ChiSau, bring my position in. See, no matter how strong, he can be really strong, fine. I'm not fighting with him because we're not talking about the strength against strength. We're talking about double sticky. See how much is it? Some people like to do this one like that, which is also correct. But then you look into yourself. See, you're resting your elbow in the belly. Some people they do the ChiSau, they do this one like that. See, we rather do this way. See that? One fist length away because I got a lot of room. Even though if he's trying to move into me, see that? Straight hand straight down into him. Here. If I'm doing this one like that, if he move into me, see that? I get hit. Plus, see my shoulder here. That's very important. Because with this kind of position, if he want to move in, I can cut him off here on the side. See? From here, cut his hand off side here. But in the meantime, my face also always pointing at our opponent regardless. See? Try. Alright. Another thing is when you do the double stick hand, don't hesitate too much. Don't stop and go, stop and go. You gotta keep on rolling smooth, roll on. Right, that's it. And go back and right. That's a proper way of doing it. This is a different position on the double stick hand. There are 4 corners, both ends on the top, and the opponent both ends on the bottom. Right? Then you go back to the normal position. A lot of time when you do the bounce out, don't turn your body away, facing the opponent as much as possible.
Keep the energy out.
Don't turn too much. Don't say when you start striking like that, then you turn your body away because of the exposure back here.
Oh, yeah.
See the changing hand? Okay. Do the double sticky hand. Okay, change here, then do this one here. Go. Okay. The moment if I felt his elbow's not in striking, see that? From here, I can punch him here, punch him there, double punch towards him. Okay. Right. Switching hand from 1, 2. Okay.
Not necessarily all at the same time, but
Only one guy can do the change. If two guys start changing like that at the same time, that's not very good. One guy got to do the change. You follow the opponent. If Brian trying to do the changing hand, see, I'm following. See that? If he's trying to change it again, you're going to change. See, here I'm following at the same time. Okay. If I'm going to change and he's going to change at the same time, see that you open yourself out again. See, just like a big circle you open it. We're trying to do is to close together in as much as possible. By doing one guy do the changing, you just follow, just like following the leader. Okay, right, see that? Let's go and change. Okay, see, go.
so during the change, you still want to keep everything close
Right.
into the center.
Now, changing hand is very, very important. You see, watch what he's doing. The moment you change, see that white circle because he's opening himself that big. But I'm changing myself. See, don't open too much of a gap. Don't open too big. Changing. Same thing. You see that change again. See that change. Some people like to do is changing big, like that big circle. It's very, very bad.
So try to keep the elbows
Right,
in.
see that? See? Right. Smaller the circle is, the better it goes here. Sometimes, see, all of a sudden, when our opponent start changing his hand, he can attack into him too. See? By moving yourself in, because it stop changing, see? Move into that. Because the gap is wide open again. It's too up here. See that?
So if he kept his elbows in.
Once his elbows is in, it's hard for me to attack. See, I couldn't do that because his elbows in. I couldn't do it. I'm going to launch my fist into his belly because his elbow is in. Okay. By learning double sticky hand, you learn the sensitive plus your power. You develop power and the sensitivity, how you develop that way. But don't cling on our opponent too much. You relax, let it flow. Just like a water running down the stream. You see, the water runs real smooth. To flow.
From the different positions, is there something, some different attacks or tactics or lops you can use?
Yeah, you can do a lot of things with it. But you go by the feeling. That's why in the Wing Chun, it's the sensitive that counts. It's not the weight. You know, bigger the guy is, that doesn't mean that the guys can really conquer you. No, because if you had a sensitive, okay, because with your sensitive, you can feel that anytime when you start moving, you can control the opponent if you've got a good sensitive on the double sticky hand. If the guy trying to charge you, you're not going to stay there letting him charge you. You're trying to do is turn yourself sideways by turning. Just like say for instance, okay, if he's trying to do charging towards me, see, boom, I'm moving into that, just striking in here. You're not going to stand there like that. If he's going to charge you, see that you're losing your own balance.
Right.
See, if he's trying to charge again, I'm backing up like that. But Wing Chun better than back up that much. See, the most important thing is if he's trying to charge into that, you control the opponent. See, Then don't
Don't
lock
overextend.
yourself. Yeah, just bend a little bit. Here. Okay. Don't open your leg that way because he got a chance to come in this way. You lock it in.
Okay.
Control the opponent. See? But don't go. See that? Don't lock your leg that way. Bend a little bit. Because a lot of them bend. In the meantime, elbow. Don't go too far down. Elbow in. You control the opponent here. Just like a folk stop. See? This way. Okay?
Is there any problem with sweeping when it's like that?
No, he don't have much of a chance to sweep. Because he's in an awkward position. He can try. Let him try in the meantime. See? Because the moment the opponent pay attention, drop his, stand, try to do sweeping, you can attack him in here because there's opening here. Okay.
Okay.
When you do the double sticky hand, this is where we always go. And then sometimes our opponent trying to do is trying to open your gap. No matter how much they open, don't try to go with them. You got to do is stay on your own position all the time. Okay? Don't go too high like that, blocking yourself. Just go flow towards him, towards the opponent. See? This way. Just like you were playing bomb. Bombs up. Roll here. Focus up. One foot, the other is turns up. Don't go too high. If you go too high, you look into that, it's too, too tight. See? Another thing, you get popped back in the face. See, that's how we never like to do. We always do this one towards the opponent.
Keep the energy toward you.
Right towards him, towards the opponent all the time. You don't let the opponent open you all the time, so close it. No matter how much they really try to open, you close it. You can close it that way, focus up. Don't go like that. In here. One time, one foot. Let's go into it.
But you don't want to try to pull it. You just want to keep the energy.
You can pull the opponent by trapping them, then you can pop into that strike. See? See, from here, you pull into that, then strike the opponent. See? But you cannot go striking the guy like that. See? But it's here. You got to pull him in, then strike him. If the opponent stand a distance away from you, about a foot away, you're not going to extend your hand trying to strike the opponent because you overextend yourself. So you got to pull the opponent in, then strike it. Okay, this is what we meant. See, if say for instance, what we talk about, see, I'm overextending. I'm trying to do is when I trap the opponent's hand in to pull him in. See that? Strike the opponent. See that? When you do that. Secondly, you got to do is to lock the cell in. Don't open your leg like that. See, you got to lock the cell in here. Don't cross this way. See, real awkward. See, here, now we do it again. See, pull the opponent in, you lock yourself, strike him in here, but don't strike too hard. You leave yourself wide open. You see, that's a gap. We always like to do is strike it here, strike it here. Anyway, you can, if you want, you can strike in here, palm strike, but don't try to strike the opponents on the face. You leave yourself wide open again. See that?
Keeping both your arms down where his are.
What you're trying to do is you clinch him down, press it down a little bit. See, these two positions, and you strike it. Okay, that's the proper way of doing it. You're not going to stand and let him punch it because it's here and here. But do it from here, you press it towards him. See that? Right there. So you're all clear.
And you maintain contact
too.
Yeah,
you maintain contact because your elbow lock him, press it. Okay. See that? These are the things to stop his hand. You trap it by pulling the opponent's hand to you, and you strike it.
And on the other one, you keep your thumb in when you've got
right.
it out.
But never grab opponents like that. See, it's very, very bad. Wing Chun don't like to grab the opponent like that. We always like to do grabbing. This most important, we're using 3-finger grab. These are the one. These are the 3 fingers that we grab. See? We don't grab like that. We never grab our opponent like that. It's very, very bad. Very awkward too. See? This way. See? You grab it. These are 3 fingers that we want.
And if he tries to slip out, you just...
Let him slip out in the meantime. Punch it, see? Go into that, see? Towards him. He can pull. Let him pull. In the meantime, let's go. See? Okay? Open my hand, see that? No matter how much he open, all I do is do the ChiSau. See? Try again, see that? No matter how much he try, let him go. In the meantime, what happens? Just blast it off. But don't lean yourself towards him. He can strike you too. In the meantime, this part when you start, see, he's trying to pull it. In the meantime, you get popped in the face, he can punch you in there. See? Never lean against our opponent and strike. See? Here we go. See? He can turn, open up again, see that? Just let him go. In the meantime, you block him too. This way. See that? Elbow again. See, jab his hand. In this part, we still talk about using 3 fingers and grab the opponent here and punch because of a different position. We talk about still the stance too. Okay, don't stand out like that. That's very bad. Drop the stand. The more you drop into that, you sink in the meantime, this elbow down into it. Okay, then go. See that? You can strike our opponent. Go.
No, you're trading hands there to keep contact with this other one, right?
You clench it, boom, into that punch the guy. And if you want to. See? But never punch the opponent like that. You leave yourself all open again. See? All I was trying to do is trying to cover yourself. Trying to cover yourself too. Secondary hand is very, very important. Each time when you start doing one thing, always cover. Don't just say pump. You leave yourself well open. They got a chance to strike you. We covered ourselves here. Okay, see how we do.
So if he's too far away, you don't want to overextend yourself.
No. If he's
too
far away, he's too far, I just want to do is bring it to me, strike it. Okay. When you bring the opponent, never pull the opponent towards you like that. See, you're going to get hit. All the time, you pull the opponent, pull it on the side. In the meantime, you tuck the elbow again. You block the opponent here. See, then punch it.
Okay, so as you lop him in, you check with your elbow against.
All our weight is at the back here, not in the front. Do not put too much weight in the front. If you're trying to pull the opponent, okay, and if you put too much weight in the front, what happens? You're leaning forward. In the meantime, the opponent can sweep you. What happens? So you see what happened? You lose your balance. So what we did is put all the weight back there. When he starts to sweep, just lift it. See, in the meantime, kick it off, move in here, move into it. But in the meantime, you still got your elbow into the lock. Because they always try to do is try to come with the elbow. You don't let the opponent have a chance to do it. See, lock him into it. Choke him. See that? This one is very, very important. Because you turn him to the sideway, he can recharge you. See? Another thing is you can break his arm too, like that. See? Okay. You can control the opponent by pushing towards him. And you can always bring him in. Drop the stand at the same time. Then go back here. Close your gap. See? Changing. See that? Go to him. This way we go. Or change. This way to him. Okay? See? Towards our opponent. Yeah. But never put your hand here, your palms here, because he press your hand down, see that? Pressing down. This way, if I put my hand into him because I'm pushing to, see if you can see that he's lifting his shoulder, you just push towards him. See? From there you can slam into it. Okay, see that? Right there.
So you're controlling more closer to the elbow.
Right. Opponent strength. Opponent strength. This is where his strength comes from. It's the elbow. But not here. Because we talk about Wing Chun, it's just like a triangle. Okay? You drop all your weight to your elbow. From your elbow, you flow your weight to the front. That's how you blast it out here. Okay? So you know that our opponent's weight is here. It's the triangle we talk about. See, the triangle here. You control the opponent. No matter how strong the guy is, boom, into that. See, you can really knock the guys off. You can knock his wing off too, like that. Knock him off his wing completely. Boom, into that. See, here. See, rock him. You can rock the opponent. Once the opponent tries to rock you, you relax yourself. Let him rock. See, right? If you want to rock, let him go. Pull it towards you. Pull towards you. Like I said, don't grab the opponent like that. Using pull.
Just a
three finger pull. Just like, see. When I pull him into here, see, then pop into here. Okay. See that? How I control the opponent. When you pull the opponent, you rock him. In the meantime, you pull the opponent. If you don't have the hand in you, you can really knock the hell out of you. It's very important thing for ChiSau. When you pull the opponent here, see, we talk about here. See that? Out there. See my position? See? It's very, very important. You can always strike the opponent here, striking here too. Boom.
Still striking and staying in contact too.
He can push my elbow in, it's fine. See that? Focus up towards the opponent here. You grab him towards there. But don't lock this leg. You can pop this way towards him. Okay. Alright. Clear?
Okay.
For more information, feel free to contact and leave a message at the Sacramento School at area code 916-424-4710. Thank you.